Hey, Sports Scene, we've got a deal.
Go Trojans!
Sports Scene starts now. Welcome to this week's episode of Sports Scene. I'm Julia Adams.
And I'm Chloe Christopoulos.
The number 2 beach volleyball is looking to end their regular season on a high tomorrow when they take on 2 top 15 opponents in number 15 Grand Canyon and number 7 Cal Poly.
The women of Troy are on a 6-duel winning streak after taking down 2 top 10 opponents on home sand last week. The win streak matches the longest of the season. The Trojans are 22-4 this season and 5-1 at home. Before the matches tomorrow, the team will honor their 3 graduating seniors. Yesterday, we spoke with Therese Cannon, ranked at the number 2 position, and one of these seniors being honored tomorrow about what Senior Day means to her and her goals for the rest of the season.
It means a lot, we practice out here every single day, and to have been here for 4 years and then this be our last home match, our last regular season match, it means a lot to be able to play and have my parents and friends come and support, which is nice. Really important. I think it's really exciting. We're, I think, kind of hitting our peak right now, which is really good. Everyone's playing really well, and everyone's really excited to move into Pac-12s and then NCAAs after that.
One pair to watch out tomorrow are AVCA All-Americans April Bustamante and Tina Gradina. The 2 are the 4th most successful duo in Trojan Beach history with 55 total wins. Individually, Bustamante ranks 6th with 112 total wins.
Following tomorrow's matches, USC will host the 2019 Pac-12 Championship starting April 25th.
The women of Troy will seek revenge against top-ranked UCLA, who won the championship last year and beat them earlier this season. And following Kevin Porter Jr.'s announcement he is leaving Trojan basketball for the draft, the team finally got some good news last night.
That's right. Junior forward Nick Rakocevic announced he is staying for 1 more year after the team's disappointing season.
Rakocevic made the announcement over Twitter, which received a lot of positive reaction from the Trojan basketball community.
Rakocevic played in 33 games and 18 Pac-12 games, the most of any Pac-12 conference player. He had 30 starts for the Trojans for the 2018-2019 season. He averaged 14.7 points and 9.3 rebounds per game. He had a 54.8 field goal percentage, which ranked 6th in the conference, and he led the Pac-12 in offensive rebounds this past season. Rakocevic will be an important returning player for the Trojans as they lost Kevin Porter Jr. to the draft and seniors Benny Boatwright and Shaquan Aaron. Rakocevic will add leadership to a young and talented incoming recruiting class ranked 4th in the nation with 6 incoming freshmen.
But now let's toss it to our Nick Kaufman for an update on women's tennis.
Thanks, Juju. It's a big week for USC women's tennis as they take on UCLA at home this Saturday with 2nd place in the Pac-12 on the line. I had the chance to talk to Angela Kulikov earlier this week about the rivalry. Well, I'm here with Angela Kulikov on the USC tennis team. They play UCLA this weekend. Pretty big matchup, Angela. You beat them last time, but you've definitely got to have a target on your back this time around. What are you doing to prepare for the match?
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot at stake with this match, and let alone just playing UCLA is always a big deal for us. So, we prepare for every match the same way. We just try and take care of everything we can off the court, obviously put in full effort on the court, and it's going to be exciting. I definitely know that they want to get us back for what we did, but we want to get them back again. So,
how do you sort of forget last match and just go into this match fresh start and play well again without sort of having a hangover from your win against UCLA?
Every match is still new. Every match is different. We lost a tough one on the road at UW, but we also had a big win against WSU, which was in really tough conditions. So this team, I think, prides itself in how tough we are. So we know we bring that every single day, and that really helps us get through matches like this.
Well, you just actually alluded to it. This team this year has been doing exceptionally well. I think beating many expectations already at this point in the season. What's been the biggest X factor this season and your success?
Yeah, we've done a lot this year that I don't think any of us really expected to do. We knew we could, we just didn't really think it would happen this quickly. But, I think there were some new personalities on this team. We have a lot of young freshmen that are exciting and fiery and very passionate. So I think we had a new energy and a new look to the way we compete, and it's made a world of difference.
And I'm going to talk a little bit about you individually now. You and your partner, she's actually right here, are ranked 10 in the country. Last I checked.
Number 4 today.
Maybe, even better.
Number 4.
That's what we like to hear. So you're 4 in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going for the national title in doubles alone?
Absolutely. I mean, this has been something we've talked about for a while. When the first preseason rankings came out, they had us at 42, and the two of us kind of looked at each other like, this is unacceptable. We're not going to take this. We're going to show them. So, yeah, it's been a big goal of us. We've had to climb our way all the way up the rankings, but we definitely see ourselves as top contenders for the title, and we're definitely going for it.
And you and Rihanna obviously have to be best friends off the court. How important is it being so close with your doubles partner in those tricky situations? How valuable is that chemistry and that friendship when you're playing?
I mean, it's super important. Yeah, we're definitely as close as it gets. We're together more than we're not. But it just helps when you're playing a match and you both know when it gets tight, when you're in the thick of it. Like, I know she's got my back and she knows I have hers. So, yeah.
All right, well, season's starting to come to a close. Postseason's just on the horizon. What are your expectations going into Pac-12 tournament and even beyond?
You know, I think for this year there's been no expectations. It's just been about everyone jump in and go and let's see what we can do. And every time we've set an expectation, honestly, we've exceeded it. So I've learned better than to set any limits. So we're all just going to go out there. We're going to keep this underdog mentality that we've kept and keep fighting like the dogs we've been fighting like all year and see how far we can get.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Be sure to come out and support the Trojans on Saturday at 11 a.m. at Marks Tennis Stadium. Now I'll send it over to Amy Rose and Chase Bouchard for a round of Ask an Athlete.
I'm Amy Rose, and I'm here with Chase Bouchard from the men's baseball team, and today we're going to be playing Ask an Athlete, where I ask him as many questions as I possibly can in the next 60 seconds. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Not really. I
No?
kind of just, show up, do the same thing hitting-wise. That's kind of it.
Okay. What is the last song that you listened to?
Not much of a music guy, so I don't really have a last song. I don't listen to music for the games.
Okay. Who is the best dancer on the team?
I'm going to give it John Beller.
John Beller. Okay. What is your favorite type of social media?
Instagram.
Instagram. If you could meet any sports icon, who would it be?
Derek Jeter.
Do you have any hidden talents?
No, I don't think so.
No. Who motivates you?
My sister.
What is the most important quality in a coach?
That's a good question. Believes in his players. Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite sport besides baseball?
To play or to watch?
Either.
I'll go football.
Football? Okay.
USC Baseball is preparing for a 3-game series at home against Washington State after beating Pepperdine 5-2 in last night's game. Despite the victory against Pepperdine, the Trojans have had a tumultuous season thus far, as sloppy play has plagued this squad all year, from being unable to get out of innings to at times making unnecessary errors in big moments, despite not being an error-prone team. This was especially the case against UCSB, where the Trojans ended up blowing an early lead. The Trojans, as of this moment, sit at a disappointing 15-20 record and are on the bottom half of the Pac-12. With that, the Trojans hold a mediocre 6-9 record against Pac-12 opponents. The Trojans had some disappointing losses this year, especially against teams like Utah, who are second to last in the Pac-12. The Trojans were favored to win the series against the Utes earlier this season, but ended up losing the series 2-1. Washington State sits at the bottom of the Pac-12, and the Trojans are favored to win the series. The Trojans, despite not being exactly terrible at hitting, could do better, as the Trojans hit an average 271. Though, team ERA is a bit more concerning, as the team pitches an ERA of 4.6. No USC player as of today leads the Pac-12 in any major stats like home runs and RBIs. USC will kick off its 3-game series at Dado Field beginning tomorrow at 6 p.m., followed by a game on Friday at the same time. The series will conclude on Saturday, starting at 1 p.m. All games will be streamed by USC Athletics. That's all I have on baseball. And now we turn to our reporter, Lauren LaBruna, on this very special edition of Ask an Athlete.
Hello everyone, I'm Lauren LaBruna for Annenberg Media, here with Sarah Allegre, a USC song girl, and we're doing a segment on Ask a Song Girl, which we've never done before. So basically I'm going to ask you as many questions as possible in 60 seconds, and we'll get to know you a little bit better.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to start the timer. Ready? And go. What's your favorite thing to do in your free time?
Play guitar.
What's your go-to pump-up song?
Sweatpants by Childish Gambino.
What's something about you most people don't know?
I have 7 siblings.
Big family.
Big family.
How long have you been dancing?
Since I was 12.
What's your favorite part about being on song?
Definitely dancing in the Coliseum. It's amazing.
Who's your funniest teammate?
My teammate from last year, Tyler Harvey, is hilarious.
She is a funny gal. What's your favorite sport to watch?
Basketball.
What's a makeup or beauty product you can't live without?
Trader Joe's has this rose water spray, and it's amazing. It's like a toner. It really sets your makeup. I love it.
Love that stuff. How many hours a week do you work out?
20 hours a week, 5 days. It's a lot.
That's some time commitment. What is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on song?
Craziest thing, someone from Utah, one of the Utah fans threw popcorn at me. They were really
So
mean.
rude.
So mean.
Can't be stopped. What's your spirit animal?
A wolf.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching. Back to you in the studio.
The football team wrapped up spring practice Saturday. With the team off until practice starts again in August, let's take a look at some of spring ball's storylines. The Trojans have some holes to fill, with many of last year's contributors departing or dealing with injuries. However, the team saw some young players step up to fill the gaps. Early enrollee freshman John Jackson III and Drake Jackson impressed at wide receiver and defensive end respectively, while redshirt freshman running back Marquise Stepp flashed some enticing ability. All three players left their mark at the spring showcase. John Jackson got consistent separation on his routes, a trait which could earn him playing time this fall. Drake Jackson used his athleticism to win at the line of scrimmage throughout spring ball, and never was this more apparent than his one-handed interception that he returned for a score. Stepp displayed a lot of power at the line of scrimmage with enough speed to break big plays. He should add some much-needed depth to the running back position. One of the big storylines around the Trojans centered on new offensive coordinator Graham Harrell's air raid system and how it could improve an offense that struggled last season. Head coach Clay Helton discussed how his team was adjusting to the offense on Saturday.
You know, we decided to implement a new offensive scheme that was simple, Simon, that was allowing our kids to play fast, and they saw that over 15 practices this spring to watch our kids not only grow in it and get better in it, but truly believe in it. And they feel the tempo and how fast we can play is a weapon for them.
The Trojans still have a lot of questions to answer, dealing with significant injuries and departures on the defensive side of the ball. The team needs a fresh start and is undergoing an overhaul from the players to the coaching staff. We'll see if it pays off in the fall. Julia and Chloe, back to you.
Thanks, Aiden. Yesterday in pro football news, the Seattle Seahawks and quarterback Russell Wilson reached a groundbreaking contract deal.
The 4-year, $140 million extension also includes a $65 million signing bonus, making the quarterback the highest paid in the NFL. Wilson reacted to his new contract on his Instagram.
Hey, Seattle, we got a deal.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Russell, thank you for inspiring our tease today. That was great. But Chloe, what are your thoughts on that video?
You know, I'm not really sure if I would announce my contract that way, but you know, if you're Russell Wilson, then you can pretty much do whatever you want, I guess, especially with that amount of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a little cocky, but I think, you know, he could do literally whatever he wants. But his teammates definitely took to Instagram and Twitter themselves to make fun of his announcement. Let's take a look at that.
Hey, Seattle, we got a deal. Go Hawks!
That video is great. I think that's exactly what I would do if I played with him as well, and to make funny in the situation, you know?
I totally agree. I mean, we did it earlier.
Yeah, exactly. We did it too. So love that. But thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Sports Scene. I'm Julia Adams.
And I'm Chloe Chrysikopoulos. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Annenberg Media Sports. See you next week for our last episode of the semester.